Hi and welcome to Allana's Manor. Today we have another pick a card reading. This reading will be for the 3rd through to the 9th of August 2026. Today we will be using the Astro Tarot by Trishe Jaimes Oracles and the Angels and Auras Oracle by Radleigh, Valentine and Dougall Fraser. So this week, for card or pile number 1, we have the Hermorphite Crystal. For pile or card number 2, we have the Emerald Crystal. And for pile or card number 3, we have the Aqua Aura Quartz. So you can pick your pile by number 1, 2 or 3, or you can go with whichever crystal you feel drawn to. Take a moment, see what resonates with you, and I will see you in the reading. If you picked the Hermorphite Crystal, then this is your reading. And if you picked card or pile number 1, then this is also your reading. Okay. First card up is the Sun card with Vitality. How can you shine your inner light? Second card, the High Priestess with Intuition. Are you ready to trust your intuition? And card number 3 is the World card, Completion. What are you ready to complete? The overall energy for this group is everything's okay. Reassurance, support, guidance, and overseen. So I feel like with this as the overall energy for this group, I do feel like there is some type of news coming in. If you've been waiting for some type of support to come in or guidance, I feel like that's coming in for you this week. With the Sun card here, I do feel like we are quite happy. This week we're in a good place. I feel like health is really good this week. Things on the family front are quite good as well this week. Things with our children are great. It's just a really good, happy vibration for this group this week. Okay, and the question on this card was, how can you shine your inner light? So I feel like for this group this week, we need to be looking at how we can do that. How can we help others to feel happy the way that we do? How can we spread that happiness within our friendships, within the groups that we're associated with, within our workplaces? Is there something specific that you do that other people come to you for? Like, are you somebody who is a good listener, who is happy to just sit and listen to other people and that makes them feel happy? Are you someone that likes to tell jokes and make people smile? Are you someone that just likes to help other people? I feel like for this group this week, there is a focus on ways that you can shine your light to other people this week. Because it feels like for this group, you guys are so happy this week that you just want to share that particular happiness with other people, or you want other people to experience that type of happiness. Okay, the next card here is Intuition. Are you ready to trust your intuition? So I feel like for some of you, you may have been getting gut feelings or will be this week, where you kind of have a feeling about, well, I think this is going to happen, and then you sort of like just write it off as nah, I'm being silly, and then that particular thing ends up happening. Or you might get a feeling that, oh, I don't know, I don't want to drive that way to work today, and after you drive a different way, you may find out there was an accident, and you're like, well, lucky I didn't drive that way. That was your intuition telling you that if you'd have driven that way, you obviously would have been late to work. So I feel like little things like that are going on for you guys this week. So I do feel intuition is very important. I feel like you need to really trust your gut feelings this week. If something doesn't feel right, then trust that. We also have the World card with completion here. So the question for that is, what are you ready to complete? So for some of you, there could be some type of completion in terms of study. For some of you, this could be a legal matter coming to a completion. This could be a contract coming to completion. For some of you, maybe they're just waiting on documents to complete something. For some of you, this may be the completion of some kind of work training. For some of you, it could be completion of study. For some of you, it could be a completion of a friendship. For some of you, it could be a completion of a home. It all just depends on your situation, but there is something that needs to be completed. Or if you're not sure what that is, I feel like you need to be thinking about what is it that you can just get in and finish and complete this week. But again, there is some type of news coming in that's going to help you with guidance and support this week to be able to move forward. Okay, so it looks like a pretty positive week this week for this group. And yeah, that's all I have for you this week. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Alright, if you picked card or pile number 2, then this is your reading. And if you picked the emerald crystal, then this is also your reading. Okay, first card up is the King of Pentacles with security. Is your comfort zone your cage? Second card is the Magician with manifestation. Can you align with divine intention? And third card is the Ten of Cups. Happiness. What blessings deserve gratitude? Okay, so the overall energy for this group is time to go. Transformation, completion, confirmation, and exit. So I feel like for some of you, you may be deciding to leave a situation this week. For some of you, you may actually be traveling. And for others of you, I feel like we're just going through a transition period this week. Okay, with the King of Pentacles here in the reversed position, I feel like this group is being encouraged this week to step out of their comfort zone, because the question here is your comfort zone your cage? So with it being in the reverse position with stubborn, I feel like some of you are being a little bit stubborn this week. Some of you are not wanting to step out of your comfort zone this week, but I feel like there needs to be some type of a transition or a transformation into a zone that you're not so comfortable with, whether that's a new job, whether that's some type of financial choice, definitely something physical though. For some of you, you may be a little scared to travel. Some of you may be a little scared to go to a new job. Some of you may be a little scared to invest your time, money and effort into something because you're not sure if it's going to work out. Whatever that is this week, I feel like you do need to be stepping out of your comfort zone. Try not to be so stubborn about it and just see how it goes, because if you don't try it, you're not going to know whether it's going to work out, so you can't just assume it's not going to work out. So yeah, I feel this group is definitely being encouraged to step out of their comfort zone this week. Okay, next card here is the Magician. So I do feel like for some of you, you will be working on manifestation this week. The question here is, can you align with divine intentions? So I feel like if you are wanting to make a move, but you've been a little worried about doing that, I feel like this is definitely the week that you can do that. I feel like you need to just make sure that what it is you're wanting to do though is I feel like you just need to make sure that what it is that you want to be doing feels good and feels right to you. If it doesn't, then maybe you need to reevaluate what it is that you're wanting. But I do feel like for some of you, it is just a matter of you're not comfortable to move forward with that, even though it could be a really great thing that you're going to be moving forward with. So just check and make sure that what it is you're wanting to do sits right with you. And if it doesn't, maybe research, reevaluate, and maybe change it up a little bit to what you feel comfortable with. But I definitely feel like you just need to be moving forward with something and stepping out of your comfort zone this week. I feel like once you take those steps to move forward, things are just going to fall into place, because at the end here we have the Ten of Cups with happiness. And the question here is, what blessings deserve gratitude? So I do feel like with that as the end card here, I do feel like you are going to be having a lot of emotional happiness if you do decide to move forward with that this week. I'm also getting the feeling like you need to be looking at all of the blessings that you have in your life, whether that's your friends, your family, whether that's support that comes in to help you with whatever it is you're moving forward with this week. Be grateful, show gratitude to those people who are coming in to help you. Show gratitude to your family, your partner, all the people around you that are encouraging you and helping you to move forward. So for this group, I just feel like there's definitely change that needs to happen this week, and I feel like for some of you, you are not feeling comfortable enough to make that first step. But I feel like if you do that this week, for those of you who are a little frightened to make that first step into something new and stepping out of your comfort zone, I do feel like you are going to have some positive results this week. But if you do not take that step, you're never going to know. You're just going to sit there wondering the whole time, well, what if I had? So instead of sitting there wondering what if, take that step, see what happens. And if there was any week that you should be doing that, this week looks like a pretty good week to start. Okay, well, that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Okay, if you picked card or pile number 3, or if you picked the Aqua Aura Quartz, then this is your reading. We'll take that card because it flipped out. Okay, so the card that flipped out was the Four of Pentacles with conservative. How can you pursue long-term security? Second card up here is the Ten of Swords, endings. What truth can no longer be avoided? And we have the Tower, chaos, rebuilding. Can you be adaptable in sudden upheaval? Okay, the overall energy for this group this week is wise decision, accurate, brilliant, organized, and validated. So I do feel like for some of you there is a decision that needs to be made this week. Some of you may be struggling with that a little bit. But I feel like this is a decision that needs to be made even if you are struggling with it. So I do feel like you need to be thinking about that before we make any moves this week. Okay, with the first card here, the Four of Pentacles. So I do feel like some of you may just be holding on to money, putting money away for like saving for something. Conserving your money. I feel like you're conserving your resources. And if you're not, then I feel like you need to be doing that this week. Yeah, I feel like some of you really just need to start putting money away for long-term security. Some of you may be looking into other things. Like for some of you, this could be this could be investing your money into something for some of you. Some of you, I feel like for some of you, I just feel like it's very much about money this week and making big decisions about what you are going to do in order to help yourself to grow your money for the future. For others of you, I feel like there is something big that needs to be made official, I guess you could say. Because with the next card here, we have the Ten of Swords, endings. What truth can no longer be avoided? So for some of you, I feel like there is something or some information that you know about that you need to be coming out and letting people know about this week. Maybe it's a secret someone confided in you. Maybe there's something you're being blamed for, but people don't actually know the truth of that situation. If that is your situation this week, I feel like you need to definitely be making a decision about whether or not you should be speaking up. For some of you, there could be something that you believe even though you know it's not true. Like a bit of a lying to yourself type of an energy going on here as well. And maybe something that you've believed for quite some time, but even though you know it's not really a truth. If that's your situation, then I feel like again you need to make that decision as to whether or not that truth sits right with you anymore. Because with the end card here we have the Tower with chaos. Can you be adaptable? Can you be adaptable in sudden upheaval? Okay. So with that card there, I feel like for some of you there might be a truth or something that you need to be telling someone this week, and that may cause a little bit of chaos. But I feel like you just need to make sure that you're prepared for that chaos before it hits. Yes, there might be a little bit of upheaval, but getting that truth out there might be the best thing and the best decision that you've made. After everything calms down a little bit, I feel like you will see that. For some of you, if you have been lying to yourself about something, I feel like maybe you're seeing the truth of that this week, and you may be feeling a little you may be feeling a little bit of upheaval, and maybe you're needing to rebuild yourself a truth that actually sits right with you this week. So for some of you, I do just feel like there is just this aspect of looking at how we can save money or how we can invest our money to grow it for the future. For some of you, I feel like it's just that. For others of you, I feel like there's a truth that needs to be revealed, whether this is in the work front, whether this was with friends, whether this is with family members, a situation where you know the actual truth, but it's not being said. And I feel like things are going to come to a head this week where you're going to have no choice but to speak that truth. And if that is your situation, things may be a little bit of chaos just for a little bit, and then things will get better. And in the end, even though you may feel bad for speaking the truth, after you do it, you will feel a little bit better yourself. And things will calm down and things will be okay. And then for other people, I feel like there is a truth that you have been telling yourself that you are realizing this week that's just not sitting right with you anymore. And if that is your situation, then I do feel like we need to reevaluate that and find another truth that sits right with you this week. And while that can also be a little bit chaotic, just go with it, and you will get through it. Okay, so definitely choices being made for this group this week. And know that whatever choices you do make this week, they will be good choices. I also feel like for some of you, there's some type of validation that will come through. Like if you're thinking about investing your money, there might be something that happens that validates to you that, well, that's a really good idea. For those of you who need to speak truth, there might be a situation that arises this week where that then lets you know that, yeah, all right, we need to speak up now. And the same if you are finding that your truth no longer sits right with you, there will be a situation where you will have some type of moment where you would then understand that that's no longer sitting right with you this week. Okay, well, that is all I have for you this week. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.